The solo victory cash cup has returned and my mental health is on its way out the door. I mean, this is everyone's favorite tournament, right? Today we need 58 points to qualify for finals, which is the highest it's been to qual on NA Central in months. This is also the first solo victory cash cup we've had in 3 weeks now. Really quick before we hop into things, I wanted to give you guys a massive thank you for nearly 4,000 likes and over 70,000 views on my FNCS week 1 video from a couple of days ago. I saw an overwhelming amount of positive feedback on that video, so coming here pretty soon I'll be dropping a tips and tricks video for FNCS week 2. But today let's see if we can't drop 2,500 likes yet again on this video for the pain that comes with the solo victory cash cup. Also, we've had a lot of new viewers recently, so be sure to subscribe to join the fastest growing Fortnite competitive community on YouTube, as well as typing in code JCMYT in your Fortnite item shop. Diving right into game 1, we started off with a couple of nice kills. I would argue that compared to any other game mode in Fortnite competitive, that it is most important to have low ping in solos. Right here before late game began, I noticed that this guy got fried, so I'm trying to pressure him a good bit to see if I can't snag the kill. And very quickly in this fight, I noticed that this guy had the craziest ping. This completely took me off guard. Yo, bro, what? Oh. That is a perfect example of why playing on 60 ping and not having fiber internet is absolutely the worst thing ever in solos. Homeboy wasn't even trying to exploit in. He just straight up walked straight through the wall that I was turbo building. In game 2, my loot is looking pretty nice. However, I don't have max materials, so I'm rotating on the back side of zone over here so that I can max my brick. This guy ends up cracking my shield and I get put in the worst possible position to have to take a fight, because little did I know that there was a random guy on the backside of map trying to spray me in the back this entire fight. So my mental health at that point, as you'd probably guess, was doing pretty nice. But nah guys, all jokes aside, we're off to a little bit of a shabby start and I need that one big game to put me right back where I need to be to qualify. So going into game 3, the new strategy is to play for the vault. This is where I turn the tournament completely around. I am aware that I was absolutely working this guy, but at this point in the fight, when he goes to turtle back up, I heard a second player mantling on the other side of the build fight, so I decide that it's probably smarter to just go play for my cash loot while I have the card, get my slurps, get my mats back, and then come right back for the vault, take it for my own when it's most optimal to do so. This is how that went. And you might want to prepare yourself because this next fight gets insanely sweaty. Get out, bro. Get out. Let's go. No. I know for a fact that I could have won that game, but we'll take a third place with 4 kills. Not a bad game, and it puts us at 40 points in 3 games. We only need 18 more points to qualify with 5 more matches remaining. Going into game 4, this entire game I was playing my rotates perfectly, and we make it all the way to late game. Just had the easiest rotate of my entire life. So up to this point, I was playing this game pretty well, except for maybe using a little bit too many materials and not having enough light ammo. That's something I should probably work on. But other than that, I'm in a really good position. And then what happened next was just a reminder that I am JCM. If you've been watching the channel for a long time, you know that that is just not a good sign. Genius over here, JCM thinks he was Einstein, basically. Long story short, I jumped down and I got super greedy. I tried to take this zip line all the way to zone. In my head, I genuinely believed that nothing could have gone wrong out of this, and man, let me just say, this was truly a decision of all time. We now have 45 points with 3 matches remaining in the tournament. Remember that to qualify, I need 58 points, so we are still 13 points out of our goal. Listen up, because I'm just gonna give you the word. There's good news and there's bad news. The good news is that this is solos, and if I was going to be able to come back in any mode, it would be in solos. The bad news is that this is solos, and at this elo, everyone just thinks they're the wisest man on planet Earth, because when you're trying to rotate on max distance zone pools, guess what they're worried about? Not moving their feet to zone, but moving their fingers to the trigger. I really do not comprehend exactly what happened in this solo cash cup to make every single competitor believe that they are Booga himself, but I could not have a rotate without getting shot in the back at least 172 times. So far, obviously, I've used a little bit more mats than I would have wanted to because of all the kids shooting me in the back. So at this exact moment in my head, I'm thinking to myself, I really need to pick up a refresh so that I can get the mats and the loot that I need to win the game. And that's when this happened. Bro, can we just go to zone? So clearly the frustration is starting to settle in. I have 54 points with 15 minutes left on the timer. I only need 4 more points. And here's the issue. When I was sitting in the lobby right here, I was thinking in my head, okay, I've already qualled. Because if you look back at the previous 5 solo victory cash cups, qual was no higher than the points I have now. So in my head, I'm thinking to myself, I'm chilling. I've already qualified. And what that mindset allowed me to do was go into this next game without any worries. Keep in mind that there's 15 minutes on the timer, so if for some reason I were to die off spawn, I would have plenty of time to get back to the lobby and queue again. But I decided to play this game out regardless of what happened because I was like 99% sure that I've qualified, and without really saying anything to spoil it, it came way too far down to the wire in this final match. Allow me to simplify the situation. I have the most stacked loadout I've had in the entire tournament to this point. The next rotate that I have to make was extremely close to me. All I realistically needed to do was make the tiniest rotate and set myself up in a somewhat decent position. And off of placement points alone in this game, I could have easily qualified to finals. So here I go. I begin this little rotate that I have to make. I'm not even thinking anything of it. When out of nowhere, I get surrounded by 2 people in the worst possible spot right below this hill. So admittedly, I slightly panicked. And even though I was slightly panicking, I was able to find a way to get out of the situation and to get into zone. The only issue with this is that the spot that I chose to enter zone at ends up getting me keyed by the biggest psycho. Oh my... But don't worry, it gets worse. When I get back to the lobby, there were only 3 seconds left on the timer. Had this death happened literally 2 to 3 minutes earlier, I could have queued for another game. This is probably the most defeated I've ever felt about not qualing to a solo Cash Cup finals ever. To be fair, I was not expecting qual to be as high as it was, considering the past like 5 was only 50 to 54 points to qual. I genuinely thought that I was chilling. Let this video be a lesson to anyone who really wants to be successful. Never allow yourself to be satisfied. Even if you make the biggest accomplishment you think you've made in the longest amount of time, you need to push even more. Real winners are going to always maximize their potential. They're not going to settle for anything lower than what they are aware that they are capable of doing. This is the first solo Cash Cup in like 4 months that I haven't qualified for finals for, and you guys already know that despite my performance, no matter how good or how bad, I'm going to post it for you guys to see. Something that I really pride myself for is showing my competitive experiences to help people improve. So despite not qualifying, I really do hope that you guys still enjoyed this video. Stay tuned to the channel because pretty soon I'm going to be dropping another FNCS Week 2 tips and tricks video on how to qualify for semifinals. The support that I've been receiving from you guys has been absolutely amazing, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. I'm not going to let this one get under my skin. You know, some days you have a good day, some days you have a bad day. If you made it to this part of the video, be sure to comment this emoji that you see on screen now in the comment section below for 2 reasons. Do I even have to say the first reason? I'm trying to see who the real ones are. And for reason number 2, the grind has been real recently. Much more FNCS content is on the way. If you want to see another video of mine, it's on screen now. That would mean everything to me. And as always, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you all in the very next video. Peace.